Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a love reading, and this one I was picking up on some indecision, and I had picked up these two decks and then was told not to use them, but I took the bottom cards. Anyway, I don't know who's in indecision here. I'm also feeling a solar plexus activation. So someone coming out of their ego perhaps, or stepping into their confidence. Anyway, that could be you. But I'm going to start with these two cards. Again, it's a very indecisive energy. So these are the two cards that were on the bottom of the decks that I had originally chosen. And it says denial. Oh, I should mention this was supposed to be a channeled message. It's still gonna be a channeled message, but first I want to see what's happening here. So we have denial. So someone, had blinders on. Someone wasn't listening to their intuition. They weren't seeing the truth of this. Irrational reasoning, not facing truth. And then we have breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed. So it's possible that for whoever this person is that I'm channeling, I'm channeling a person connected to you. And it could be that they've been in denial, not wanting to face the truth of this situation. And it feels like there's been a lot of tower moments in their life. And they're about to hit their breaking point where they have a realization. I see this as the 10 of Wands. And when you hit that breaking point, that's when you have that Ace of Wands moment, that realization. And I'm hearing the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm also hearing, so strange, I'm hearing two songs, and I wrote them down. One of them is, I don't know the name of it, but it's the main message in it, don't walk away, Eileen. So maybe your name is Eileen, or maybe that song is symbolic. And I was also hearing the song Gloria it's from 1982, so 1982 could be symbolic. I'm not sure what year Don't Walk Away, Eileen is. Maybe I should just look. April 2nd could be symbolic. Let me just look. Let me see. Not that one, the original. Who sings the original? I should have looked this up first. Original. Really? Sam Roberts? Huh. 2002, 2003. They're Canadian. Let me just look. There's a method. No, don't play. No, don't play. I will get in trouble. I should have looked this up before. Oh, that makes sense now. Hang on. Lyrics. Did you know this person when you were 17? Or 17 could be symbolic. Aquarius season, January 7th, July 1st. Eileen says, I'm a boy, not a man. You come back around, you come back around, you come around, you come around, you come around, and I lose my head. You turn around and I'm left for dead. So I'm hearing, I've chosen a twin flame channeled message. These songs are making sense now. Because it's almost like what I'm picking up on is that possibly And I'm not gendering it. I know the lyrics say, Eileen says I'm a boy, not a man. But there's like a bunch of puzzle pieces falling together right now. So you could have been chasing this person because it says, you come around and you come around and I lose my head. Left for dead. Reads my mind when I'm sleeping. Blocking out the sun, like blocking out happiness, fulfillment, healing. And now it's like, don't walk away, Eileen. So perhaps you've walked out, maybe you hit your breaking point and you walked away from this connection. And the tarot deck that I chose has Queen of Swords. Boundaries, knowing your worth, let it go, things to cut. So it could have been that you kept coming back around, and every time you came around, this person was like still denying this connection. And now they could fear that you're walking away. And then the other song I was hearing was Gloria. And that song talks about now I gotta look it up. Gosh darn it. I've already looked it up, but now I have to look it up again. And that song is from 1982. Gloria, you're always on the run now. So like this person, I'm not taking, Gloria is actually about something else, but the lyrics I was hearing, I think you're headed for a breakdown. And I kept hearing it over and over again. And I'm like, what is that song? I finally figured out what song it was. Always on the run. I think you're headed for a breakdown. Or the voices in your head, like, again, it feels like you were dealing with someone stuck in their ego, or someone who wasn't seeing the truth of this situation, denying this. Remember the twin flame reading. And I feel like you hit your breaking point, walked away, stopped coming back around. And now they're hitting their breaking point, or they're headed for a breakdown. So the next thing I want to do is I'm feeling really called to pull, I got these divine timing cards, and I'm really curious what comes out of this deck because I want to see what this reading is about. It'll happen at the perfect moment. All right. I'm just going to shuffle it once. I already shuffled the channeled messages. The universe is waiting for you to make the first move. Not you. Not you. I'm channeling your person. Not you. Them. The universe is waiting for them to make the first move. And I feel like you always made the first move in the past. Is there a card upright? Deep transformation is happening. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. This event or breakthrough will happen during a holiday. All right. You're headed for a breakdown. Within a few months, within 3 months, a shift is on the horizon. 3 months from now is key. Within a few months, 17. Didn't I mention 17? Anyway, you're in a transition period. In a few months, clarity will come. So is that their clarity or you're going to get clarity? Let's see. Because after A breakdown, death, realization. There's a transitional period. So what is this about, Spirit? That card came out again. Deep transformation is happening. A new cycle begins. June 8th, August 6th, March 2nd, February 3rd. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. I don't think it's going to take until Scorpio season, though. Maybe the breakthrough comes in 3 months. And then a new cycle between you starts in Scorpio season. What's up, Spirit? Again, I'm picking up on a lot of really confusing energy. Pisces season. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. We're in Pisces season right now. Trust your intuition. March 6th, June 3rd could be symbolic. When the universe gives a sign, stay open to synchronicities. They're guiding you. I want you to ask Spirit to send you a sign if this person is going through a deep transformation. And, you know, don't just say, send me a sign. Pick something specific and say, if this person is transforming, send me a sign. Send me this sign. And then see if that, you could even have a dream about it. It's like a mind fog energy that I'm picking up on. Anyway, let's get another one. So something is happening. The path is clearing. 66. Obstacles are being removed. Keep going. So whatever obstacles were here, right? You come back around, you come back around, you come back around. Don't walk away, Eileen. So it feels like you were stuck in a cycle with this person. And I think that you hit your breaking point and you walked away and you didn't come back around. And now there's some sort of realization. They're hitting their breaking point. That could have been their breaking point. Fate is intervening, a destined event. Wheel of Fortune. So this is telling me within a few months, clarity will come. In 3 months. I think the breakthrough is happening now. Let me get 2 more. June 6th could be symbolic. What do we need to know about this? Yeah. After a period of stillness, January 6th, June 1st. Rest first, then movement will come. And we have supermoon, April 5th, May 4th. A powerful shift is happening, heightened emotions. So it feels like this shift is, they're hitting their breaking point. Again, I'm channeling your person's energy. It feels like this breaking point is happening right now. This transformation is happening right now. The time is now. Fate is intervening. Clarity, 3 months. All right. I want to get one more. One more. And you had obstacles are being removed, and we have these mountains which symbolize obstacles. One more. When you align with your purpose, are you working on your mission? So once this person steps into alignment, once they wake up, once they have this realization, and they're in a more aligned energy, that door is going to open. So, are you in alignment? Are you in divine feminine energy? Are you moving forward, trusting in the universe? Are you working towards your mission? A major event or resolution will occur before the year closes out. So, their realization, their breakthrough happening right now. All right. It's no wonder my head feels so messed up channeling their energy. I want to get channeled messages first. Do I? Do you see what I mean? Like it's like very indecisive energy. Confusion. I've already shuffled these, so let's see what this person wants to communicate with you. Because whenever I do a channeled messages, someone has something they want to say to you, but you're probably in no contact. 4 and 16. That's Emperor energy in a tower. A revelation. All right. An old foundation breaking down. Breaking point. So, what does this person want to say to you? Fulfilled. When I'm with you, I feel complete. I feel as if I've won the best prize of all. You're exactly what I need and want in my life. Going after what you want. So it feels like this person sees you as their fulfillment. May 4th. Didn't I already mention this number? I did. It's right here. Look up 4545 because we have two 45s here. April 5th, May 4th. My question is, are you focusing on your fulfillment right now? Are you focusing on the things that make you happy? Are you working on completing cycles? Feeling happy and satisfied with your own energy, because divine feminines, that is key to come into inner union. Going after what you want. Walking away from things that don't serve your highest good. And we have difficult differences. Differences of opinions or ideas in love. Differences in status, money, power, culture, age. One awakened while the other is unawakened. And that's what I meant by that energy. It feels like you were awakened. They were denying it. Our differences drove us apart, and it angered me that you didn't understand where I was coming from. It still pains me that we can't come together in an agreement, even if we love each other. You could also be feeling that way because this person was like in denial and you hit your breaking point. What does this person want to say to you? Juggling. Having too much on their plate, dealing with multiple obligations at one time, unable to make decisions based on confused emotions. I told you that's exactly the energy. Like I had 5 different decks and Spirit kept making me switch them. Solar plexus activation. Of course, twin flame. So we have 65 here, June 5th, May 6th. I'm having a hard time processing what happened between us, and I'm juggling my own personal responsibilities. I need time and space to deal with everything. That's what I mean. It feels like they've hit their breaking point. They're going through, like a deep transformation is happening, and it's very confusing to them. Possibly trying to, like, it feels like they feel like you're their fulfillment, but that's exactly what that masculine runs from, not talking about gender. Twin flame, 24. April 2nd. Didn't I mention 24 too? April 2nd, May 4th. Purpose to live life separately, learning lessons. And that's the thing. If you don't learn the lessons and they don't learn the lessons, it's really hard to... I don't think you can come back into union. That's why I talk so much about the divine feminine journey, because I channel divine feminines and what the journey is actually about. It's about you. It's not about union. It's about you. And you're meant to be in separation while you do this work until you can come back together more aligned. So if you're awakened and they're not, union is like off the table. Possible reunion, see? After becoming stronger and awakened. Single soul split in half before reincarnating into two separate bodies. I recognize our connection was intense and it still burns my soul. It's a connection that can never be broken, but it is one that must be balanced in order to move forward together, right? So if you're still struggling with attachment, if you're still not releasing the outcome, if you're still chasing, if you're still unhealed, if this person is still in denial, union can't happen. But clearly they feel this, and like they're recognizing the intensity of this connection. And that's exactly what I mean. Once you step into alignment, once you both step into alignment, the doors will open. Somebody said yesterday, why would you want to be in a connection like that? But the point is it causes you to go through a deep soul transformation and heal. Like it completely changes you. Connected in the 5D, regardless if disconnected in the 3D, intense or strong feelings that they feel are everlasting, powerful or otherwise indescribable. Even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I am able to feel you as if you are physically here. Maybe this person, that Pisces energy, talked about a dream. So they could have had a dream that like really triggered them. And again, look at these two with the bubbles over their face. Again, the journey happens in separation, and until you're in alignment, usually it's when the divine feminine is in alignment, not talking about gender, in inner union, in detachment, releasing the outcome, working on their mission, is when the divine masculine wakes up. It's so important, if you're a divine feminine, to not just focus on waiting or on the union itself. You know, it's about embracing how this journey changes you. It's about coming home to yourself. And that is the gift in it. Union, icing on the cake. I talk about this. So it feels like whoever you were connected to was kind of trapped by their ego, limiting beliefs. What does this person want to say to you? This person could have been showing up really inconsistently. Maybe their actions weren't matching their words. It's definitely that's a runner thing. We have denial of connection, 34, March 4th, April 3rd. Too fast, too soon. There may have been another person involved, not ready for deep connection, not ready to face themselves. Wrong timing, can't or won't commit, afraid of hurting you or hurting themselves. I realized there was something between us, but I didn't have the time or the capacity to understand it. Everything, the name Cindy could be symbolic. Everything is too much, too soon, and I have other things I needed to deal with. So it's like they were wearing a mask, denying this connection. Could be dealing with a Pisces. I'm not going to grab it, but the card March 20th to June 20th popped out. All right. What does this person want to say to you? Remember, they're having realizations right now. Wordless. So right now, because of everything that's... Maybe they're going through a dark night of the soul. Maybe they're neurodivergent, autistic. But because of what they're going through right now, they can't actually communicate this, which again is why this is when I get called to do a channeled reading. 80. So August could be symbolic. 1980, we have... I'll just finish reading this card before I take these. Words are jumbled, or words were left unsaid. Unable to speak or unwilling to say the truth. Too much in their head. Unable to express their emotions rationally. Maybe this person was like really reactive. There is so much for me to tell you, but I am unable to express myself in a rational way, so I'd rather keep quiet. And Mercury is in retrograde, right? So right now, if they came in, it would probably end up being like miscommunicated anyway. So they do have something they want to say, but that's kind of how I felt when I was picking out the decks. It was like, it's almost like they don't know what to say to you. We have Courage, 53, May 3rd, March 5th. This is good. Willingness to confront agony, pain, danger, uncertainty, strength to venture, persevere, strength, the courage to look at themselves, to awaken, to take accountability. It takes a lot of courage to look at your shadows and heal. I don't care what it takes, how long it takes, who I upset, I am going to return to you one way or another. Again, it's so important to surrender control and just walk away, Eileen. Walk away. Don't come back around. Breaking barriers. Realizing the truth with understanding. So there's lessons for both of you, because sometimes counterparts deny, that they have to do all the work to come back together. They deny separation. Sometimes they deny the connection. I'm talking to the feminines, not gender. And as long as you stay in denial, they stay in denial. 41. We have 1441, another angel number coming through. 1441, look it up. What does it mean? April 1st, January 4th. Realizing the truth with understanding. You must push forward with the connection, removing obstacles that resulted in cultural differences, family situations, sexual orientation, etc. So there are barriers being broken here. So perhaps you've been breaking down some barriers on your side. I just want to explain to you what it means when you're in inner union, because we don't talk about that. Hang on. I just heard we don't talk about Bruno, if that's symbolic. Bruno was the generational cycle breaker, if you know what I'm talking about. We don't talk about Bruno. So maybe this person has to break generational cycles. I make this joke about myself. Like, we don't talk about Bruno, I'm Bruno. Because I was like the scapegoat, or I was I'm the cycle breaker. So if you are a divine feminine working towards inner union, let's talk about what that feels like when you're truly in alignment. 1, working towards your mission. So important. I just heard there's no shortcuts on this journey. People, listen, be careful, because people can scam you, making you think that they can just remove a blockage, but there's no shortcuts on this journey. Anyway, I don't know why that's coming through. How does it feel? Let's look it up. How does it feel? That's a song. Please, someone help me with it. How does it feel? What song is that? Is music symbolic for you guys? I'm getting lots of downloads. How does it feel, song? There's so many songs with lyrics, how does it feel? I don't know. I'm just going to go, how does it feel lyrics? I bet you there's a message there. How does it feel lyrics? Okay, so I'm hearing, the song I was hearing was Avril Lavigne. How does it feel? I'm not afraid of anything. I just need to know that I can breathe. I don't need much of anything, but suddenly, I am small and the world is big. All around me, fast moving, surrounded by so many things. Suddenly. How does it feel to be different from me? Are we the same? How does it feel to be different from me? Are we the same? How does it feel? I am young and I am free, but I get tired and weak. I get lost and I can't sleep. I can't sleep. But suddenly, how does it feel? Maybe that's like, there might be a message there about you, like, how does it feel like to finally like miss me, or how does it feel to have someone walk away from you? I don't know. What was I looking at? Your person's energy, their head, it's, again, when I channel, I embody their energy. Don't worry, when I'm done channeling, I leave it here. But I'm like, I'm picking up on the juggling thing. Hang on, there goes my solar plexus again. All right, inner union, divine feminine. So if you are a divine feminine on this journey, this is how you're going to feel when you're truly in union, okay? And this isn't meant to call you out. This is meant to get you unstuck. Like, the last thing I want to do is give you, like, I believe in the twin flame journey. I believe in union. Do all twin flames come into union? No, because sometimes one of them doesn't awaken, or they both don't awaken, or one of them doesn't fulfill their soul contract. But I don't want to keep you stuck in that attachment energy. It's why I go so in depth. It's why I talk about this. I'm not meaning to put you down or lecture you or anything like that. I went through years ago, like, a very heavy attachment period. And I kept thinking, I don't have to wake up. Like, I don't have to go after my mission. I don't need to do that. I can just, you know that movie, He's Just Not That Into You? I thought I was the exception. Like, I thought I didn't have to do it. Or I could take shortcuts. And when I talk about inner union, we don't talk about what that feels like. And the transformation that I'm seeing in this person is because I believe you are in alignment. When you align, when you come into alignment, when the twin flame, the feminine, divine, like, turns in or grows into, embodies that true divine feminine, which we can say we are when we're not, that's when the wake up happens in the divine masculine. That's why, again, we never talk about what does it feel like when you're in inner union. So I'm going to read this to you. This will have oh my gosh, Mercury is in retrograde and it's messing with my mouth, this person's mouth. Maybe I should stick a piece of tape over my mouth. Inner union, this is, so I want you to understand so you can recognize when you're in inner union or what to work towards. And do it for you. Work towards inner union for you. Because that in itself is an amazing place to get to. Inner union as the divine feminine feels like profound inner peace, self-validation, and wholeness, where the obsessive need to chase a twin flame vanishes. It is a state of secure, grounded self-love, characterized by emotional balance, high creativity, and a release from ego-based fears. Again, divine feminine completely trusts their intuition and surrenders complete control. And you know, no, I'm just going to keep going. Emotional independence. You feel complete on your own, having established a secure, loving relationship with yourself. Detachment and flow. The intense, frantic need for external validation or a specific person, the runner, dissipates. You live in the moment, trusting the universe. Heightened intuition. Sensitivity is increased, accompanied by a deep, secure connection to your own intuition and the divine. Energy regulation. Your nervous system is calm, having shifted from a state of survival to one of rest and security. Loving boundaries. You honor your need for rest and protect your energy without guilt, while still feeling compassion for others, including your counterpart. Compassion for your counterpart. Creative freedom. Your creative process flows easily, no longer driven by a need for approval. It says you become the keeper of your own peace. All right. Mr. Crow is outside. We have Taurus, 1983, August 3rd, March 8th could be symbolic. I took forever in making up my mind about our connection. Instead of speaking to you, I would run away and indulge in unnecessary pleasures to ignore my feelings. Distractions, third parties, substances, work. In separation. So with counterparts, you come together, very intense. You see kind of like a little vision, a little version of their higher self for a very short time. That's the activation, honeymoon period. And then just as quickly, you start to trigger the unhealthy attachment styles, all your dormant wounds that have been left unhealed. Some of them you don't even know you had. All those wounds rip open. Someone runs away, usually the masculine. So in separation, someone runs away, honeymoon phases end, insecurities and attachment issues begin to appear, causing a rift in the relationship. I'm taking a pause. I needed to separate myself from you in order to work on my mind and soul. This is only temporary, and eventually I will find my way back to you. And then what usually happens is, you know, the people, like that song Eileen, I come back around, right? Now I'm hearing right round, baby, right round. The chaser, not trying to label anyone, who has anxious attachment, probably abandonment wounds, attachment wounds, codependency wounds, self-sabotage wounds, childhood wounds. You both have wounds. Comes back around, a cycle repeats because the masculine not woken up yet. And then it's actually the feminine who decides, I need to separate myself from you. Walk away, Eileen. I need to separate myself from you in order to work on my mind and soul. All right, let's get two more. Mentally materialistic came out. And what that means is it's distorted masculine energy. Somebody who's prioritizing work over connection, over love, over family, cares about what other people think. So we have intuition in the chaser. So what happens, the only reason I'm explaining this, I know a lot of you know this. I'm not explaining it for you, but I've had some new people find their way to my readings. And one of the things I'm passionate about is helping you stop chasing and to heal. So I'm explaining it because I keep getting comments asking, what is a counterpart? What is the point of this connection? So I just want to explain it. Like, I know for my people who have been here for a while, you already know all this, so you can skip ahead. But this is what the runner runs, and then this is activated in the feminine. Not talking about gender. Feels unwanted and self-blames. Feeling hopeless and pain and hopelessness in the confusing situation. Feeling empty and lost without twin. Experiences a dark night of the soul. And that's kind of what happens when the runner runs to the feminine. I don't know what I did to push you away. Was it something I did? Was it something I said? You told me you loved me and you never felt this way before. Then why did you leave me? So then the chaser can, some divine feminines don't chase, right? They go through the dark night of the soul, but then they kind of stay in no contact. Other ones go through, like that song I was hearing, you come around again, you come around again. So it's really important to heal, like I talked about, healing, embodying that divine feminine energy, not blaming yourself. Intuition, light bulb moments of realization, direct knowledge from source without rational thought, a deep knowing and understanding without evidence. So you could have, when that chaser is activated, you can't really hear your intuition. And your intuition could be telling you, like, that's the thing I hear all the time. I'd never let anyone treat me this way. Why this person? So we can ignore our intuition, even though our intuition is telling us the way this person is showing up is unhealthy. The way this dynamic between us is unhealthy. We can ignore that intuition. But this is what's going on with them. It finally dawned on me why I feel so drawn to you and why our connection is so intense and scary. I'm starting to understand my fears and my overwhelming emotions towards you. That's exactly the energy I've been picking up on. One more. Triggered. I can't show this card. So this person could have been withdrawn, reacted defensively, uncomfortable emotional reaction to something that wouldn't ordinarily cause that response. You could have been triggered by them. And that's your old wounds being triggered by a familiar situation from your childhood. Anyway, let's keep going. One more. Again, I don't want to keep anybody stuck. I don't want to keep anybody stuck waiting for their person to change. I want to empower you to come into alignment with yourself. Divine Masculine, 40. Summer, 100. June 21st to September 21st. That's what I mean. It's like there's a transformation happening now, and then you're going to have clarity come summer. Remember those cards. So it's like they're activating into divine masculine energy. They're activating into divine masculine energy, probably because you are in alignment. So if you don't feel like you're in alignment, work towards that inner union, work towards that divine feminine energy. Anyway, divine masculine. I'm working on my divine masculine side, and I need to be more assertive, confident, and speak up for myself. I can no longer bow out of things, situations when I become fearful, but fight for what I want, but fight for what I love, and that is you. So again, I was feeling this activation in my solar plexus specifically. Maybe you're going through that activation. And please, again, I wanted to explain it for new people around here. I don't want to be, I want you to empower yourself and to heal and to not put your life on hold. And this is what happens when you align with yourself. This starts to wake up in the other counterpart, the masculine counterpart. All right. So it's interesting. This is not how I planned this reading to go. I want to get some twin flame cards, which I haven't gotten in a while. Funny. On the bottom, we have denial. And again, a lot of masculines, wounded masculines, deny the connection or deny they have work to do on themselves. Sometimes even the feminine, like I said, is in denial that... Anyway, Kundalini awakening. I was feeling this being activated. All right, so perhaps your person is going through Kundalini awakening. We have time and space. We have 3, 2, 1 action. Interesting. If you're feeling called to take action, you can do whatever you want, but I'm here to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Cosmic healing. Didn't we have that cosmic card? Cosmic love. Power of twin flames. 5D connection. Music. It's no wonder I'm getting so many songs. So counterparts, sometimes in the 3D, communicate with music. A lot of the time, it's a song follows you around, or you're listening to a song and a certain line really stands out to you. Message from their higher self. Same thing happens to them. All right. I just want to look. I just want to see your energy. Show me the viewer's energy. Spending time with friends. That's good. Inner child healing. Good for you. Healing. I hope you're healing chaser energy. We have chaser on the bottom. If you only watch readings about your twin flame, I would start watching readings about yourself as well, to help you focus on yourself. You don't have to watch me, you can watch whoever you want, but focus on yourself. These oracle readings that I'm doing, I talk about healing the inner child in them all the time. And I think a lot of feminines, not talking about gender, who are not even divine feminines, would benefit. So chaser energy. So just be careful, my friend. Right? If you feel like chasing, reach out to a friend. or give your inner child some attention. I don't know. I don't think you're in chaser energy. I feel like you're healing it. But guess what? This chaser energy stems from wounds. All right, let's get one more for you. The one. So you see them as the one. Union. All right. Distance between you. So let me explain something. This union card, I'm hearing a few different things. Are you friends with this person? Hoping, like, are you friends and in union with this person? Hoping that it will lead to reunion, but you're not in inner union with yourself? Or there's still a runner-chaser dynamic? Because that's not the reunion card. This could symbolize that you're really focused on coming into union with your person. What I want to see is the reunion card, because that's about the two of you reuniting. Let me get one more. So are you focused? We have music. I feel like I've got two different divine feminine collectives here. I feel like I have a collective who is focused on inner child healing, spending time with friends, working on their creativity. I read that inner union thing. I feel like I've got two different collectives here. One of them is this one. Really focused on healing, spending time with friends, only giving energy to reciprocal connections, friendships. If you don't have friends, working on your hobbies, working on things that fulfill you. Acceptance. Acceptance that it'll happen when it's meant to happen. Releasing it. Trusting in divine timing. Aligning. And then I feel like I've got another collective here who's kind of maybe going back and forth between ego and intuition and focusing on the fact that's the one. Focusing, like, attached to union. I hope that makes sense. Because there's a reason I was saying all those things. If you were in inner union, I wouldn't be saying those things. I feel like some of you might be. But I feel like there's a collective here that's still kind of confused by this and is still like, that's my person. I'm only going to have union with them. Just a reminder that the love that you feel for them is within you. I'm just going to make sure. Let's get one for this collective. I just want to be clear. Dreams. So, if you're still having dreams about them, that's a sign. If you're fully detached in acceptance and you're still having, like, maybe you're having dreams of reuniting with them or being with them, that is a sign that you can come into union with that person. Divine Masculine. So Divine Masculine energy, that's good for you because it means that right now, it looks like you do have dreams about them, but you're also detached, focused on your healing. Divine Masculine energy for you is confidence. It's, I know my worth. It's releasing fixer patterns, feeling like you can fix this or control it. Good. Good. Forgiveness. So again, you don't hold any resentment towards this person. You've forgiven them without needing an apology or validation. Very close to that inner union energy I was talking about. Let me look at this one. Hot and cold. I'm just looking at this. Hot and cold. So it feels like there's a bit of like cognitive dissonance within you, or a battle between your intuition and your mind. Maybe some days you think about union, maybe some days you're more focused on yourself. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I want to help you. Help me, help you. Jerry Maguire could be symbolic. See, we have denial on the bottom. I'm going to get one more for that collective. Is there an age gap between you? We have age gap. One more. Fear. Maybe you have a fear of letting go. Maybe you have a fear of putting boundaries up, whatever it is. All right, I want to see. I'm actually just using these cards. I'll get a few cards of tarot. But for this collective, I want to see where your person is. I'm actually going to put these cards back in. So remember which collective you are, okay? Again, this journey is so much more complicated than a muggle type of relationship. And why would we want to choose this? Because it's about choosing yourself. So I'm just gonna, somebody has a fear of intimacy. Not you, them. It's not you, it's them. For the collective that was on the top, I want to see where your divine masculine is. Or should I say masculine? That is good. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Twin flame. Balancing divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Feeling remorseful. Wanting to say they're sorry. Dark night of the soul. Deep transformation. Do you see what I mean? The difference? Well, we don't know the difference yet. But the top, the collective on the top, this is what's happening for your person. Let's get another one. Starting to awaken. Oh, I can't even put that card on there because YouTube is so weird. We have intimacy, intensity. So they could be feeling Kundalini awakening. They could be feeling very drawn to you. Realizing they have a fear of intimacy. It's not me, it's YouTube. YouTube will block this video. What are they going through? Mirroring. The power of mirroring, because you are doing the work. See? So they're mirroring whatever you are. Music on the bottom. So music is symbolic. Clearing and healing karma. That's really good. Feeling a constant burn towards you. Interesting. Because when we're energetically focused, right? I feel like I have people, I don't understand why I'm having spirits making me explain these things. Again, I think it's for newer people. But when you have, I don't know where my magnets are because my desk is a mess right now, but the more you think about them, the more that you chase them, magnets, they run. But then when you turn your energy around, focus on yourself, go inward, they feel a pull on your energy. They could have abandonment wounds. All right, let's see what the bottom collective, not trying to confuse anyone. The people who resonated with like still focusing on union. Let's see what's going on with that masculine on your side, not talking about gender. Cycles. Music. So music came out for both. And we have cycles. So repeating cycles. What's that about? It's funny, these, I'm wondering if there's some sort of, when I read that song, Don't Walk Away, Eileen, there was like some sort of cycle in that song that you could see. You come back, and then I lose my head. And then you walk away. And then you come back, and I lose my head. And then you walk away. So there's still cycles there. Abandonment wounds. No contact. Fear of abandonment. Still pretty strong in their energy. One more. These cards are flipping out, not coming out. For some of you, I just saw the married card in this energy. Anyway, focused on finances. Distorted masculine energy. Still avoidant cycles. Avoiding reflection by hyperfixating on work. And again, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but sometimes, let me explain something. I did not, anyway, on the same frequency. So you would be on the same frequency, mirroring. So what are you avoiding? What about your abandonment wounds need looked at? What cycle are you repeating? The same is true for these two, or this collective. Your Kundalini awakening, you're working on your chakras, on your growth, starts to awaken in them. I'm resisting the urge to apologize right now, which means a childhood wound is being triggered within me. Anyway, my point is, is if you are not in that top energy, this is probably not your reading yet. Like if you're in this bottom energy that I'm picking up on, if you're still not healing your wound of abandonment, if you're repeating cycles, if you're still focused on they're the one, I want union, and neglecting yourself, your own growth, by working on inner union with yourself, you become that collective up here, if that makes sense. All right. So I could feel two different collectives. And like I said, if you're in the bottom collective, I don't want to be telling you that this is happening in 3 months. All right. So I'm just going to get a few tarot cards to confirm this. And I'm confirming it. I'm confirming it for the top collective because that's what was coming out in these cards. You're coming into alignment. And for the bottom collective, I'm going to get you some advice. So I'm going to go back to what I said. Top collective, I feel like you're in Queen of Swords energy. Higher standards, you know your worth, protecting your energy, letting go. Hanged Man, new perspective, letting go, patience. Yes, yes, glow up energy, main character energy, right? They're not the main character of your life. They're the supporting role. You're the shit. No, you're the main character. Be the plot twist. Be your own plot twist. You're the main character. Queen of Wands, glow up energy, confidence, possibly working on creativity, part of being an inner union. Because you have that soul spark. Love it. All right. So just really quick, strength. Focusing on your strength. Amazing strength here for you. All right. Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like you are working on your stability. All right. Now, I'm going to get their energy for the top collective, and then I'll get advice for the bottom collective. But bottom collective, don't feel bad. I'm not saying any of this to make you feel bad. You know, I'm not saying that the top collective is better than you. That's ego. That's competition. I'm saying that that's the energy that you need to step into if you want that union. All right, anyway, let's see for the top collective, your person's energy. That's good. 9 of Pentacles. Do I think that they are in... do I think that they are in 9 of Pentacles energy? No. 9 of Pentacles energy is like their higher self. I think they're on their way there. I think they're starting to work on their stability. Whoever they are, they're independent, so single. Your person's energy. Is that you, though? Is that 9 of Pentacles you? Spirit's saying that's you. 6 of Cups. Nostalgia. Longing. Childhood healing. They could be watching you online. Look, they could be watching you online. 2 of Wands. Looking at the patterns that have kept them stuck from moving forward. Fear of stepping out of their comfort zone. It's like they've got 1 foot in distorted masculine energy and 1 foot in divine masculine energy. They're at a crossroads. So keep going. their energy. Strength. Stepping into their strength. Beautiful. How are they feeling about you? Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Union, marriage, commitment. You know, for how they feel about you, canceled plans, you're still celebrating. You showed up anyway. That's you. Even though this didn't work out, you showed up for yourself. Page of Cups. New perspectives. Look at this. The Post-it notes. Feeling tired. Wanting to reconnect with you. I like that. How are they feeling about you? Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so they're not ready. It says everything is happening now. They're not ready to communicate right now, and that's okay. And I think you know that's okay. I think you feel it. Temperance. They're trying to be patient. Look. They're trying to be patient. Also a sign that you're not communicating with them. You're healing. I just want to see what's this deep transformation other than the dark night of the soul. Deep transformation. Nine of Wands. They could be in therapy. Deep transformation. Self-improvement. Having the resilience to go through a transformation. Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Learning about equal give and take. Something went wrong. They could be in therapy. Hang on, one more. What is this transformation? Oh, okay. I get it now. Six of Swords. So this deep transformation, we've got Nine of Swords on the bottom. So they're healing and recovering. Possibly from childhood wounds. Six of Swords, transition. That's what I mean. It's like they're transitioning into this energy, or there needs to be time before they come in. Nine of Wands. They're no longer denying, transforming. They're no longer running from the problems that they need to heal. That's good. 9 and 6, such a twin flame number. What's still blocking them? The Empress. Self-doubt. Lack of confidence. Still needing to work on themselves. Could be hoping that you reach out. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. The Empress can be relying on others, right? So this person could be lacking strength, hoping that you're going to reach out. Don't do it. They're still working on their feminine energy. So trusting their intuition, being more nurturing, being more warm, open to intimacy, love. All right, what can you tell me about 3 months from now? What's happening 3 months from now? Page of Wands, inspired action. New energy. This could be big. Look at that. So it feels like in the summer they're feeling inspired to take action. I love the colors in that card. Very bright. You know what? I used to hate color. I used to hate colors like that until I started to heal and awaken. New perspective. So it feels like in the summer, they're inspired to take action towards you. And you're going to see a different side of them. One more. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles popped out, flipped back in. Three of Pentacles. So, Three of Pentacles is about wanting to fix it, wanting to work together as a team. I think you're going to see they're more cooperative. The Star. Reconnection, rejuvenating your hope, seeing that you're healing, that you're not alone on this journey. Wheel of Fortune, change. Everything changed after this. All right, that's really positive. May 15th could be symbolic. What is your advice? Keep doing that. What is your advice? It's funny, the card that came out for you. Your advice. This is such a funny card. Your advice. Miss them? Nope. So if you ever sink into this Five of Cups energy, sadness, emotion, that's completely fine. You could also be picking up on some of their emotion. If you get down, if you start feeling regretful, remember, you're happier now. Focus on your healing. Focus on healing past wounds. Your cup is overflowing. And don't have regret for working on yourself and walking away from this person, Eileen. Don't walk away, Eileen. You know, if you start overthinking, don't reach out, is what I'm saying. Nope. It's not about suppressing your emotion. Feel it. But then give to yourself. Focus on the fulfillment in your life. All right. Bottom collective. Let's see what energy your person is in. If you're even here anymore. I hope that you stayed. Bottom collective, the energy your person is in right now. Two of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, runner energy, repeating cycles, inconsistent, unbalanced. Five of Swords, self-sabotage, okay? Darkness. Two of Pentacles, so they're still in an inconsistent energy, lacking balance. Knight of Wands, still running. Five of Swords. Loading. Loading. So clearly they were... Cracked phone could be symbolic. Five of Swords. They're still in a little bit of self-sabotage. How do they feel about you? The Emperor in reverse. Distorted masculine energy. So they probably don't have the confidence. I feel like maybe you could be triggering their ego a little bit. Maybe they felt like you were trying to control them. The Emperor in reverse, distorted masculine energy. Did you guys argue? Did you argue? How do they feel about you? It almost feels like that's their energy. How do they feel about you? Four of Pentacles. This person is looking at you through the lens of ego. Four of Pentacles. They haven't been able to let you go. They could feel that you're insecure. You could be protecting your energy though. Four of Pentacles, you could be holding back from them, which I would like. And then 10 of Pentacles. Feeling like you're their emotional fulfillment, not able to let go of your energy. Four of Pentacles also gives me distorted masculine energy. Not about you, about them. What's blocking them? Five of Wands, conflict. Hyperfixated on work. Lack of self-confidence. Like I said, distorted masculine energy. I knew it. Justice in reverse for what's blocking them. So they're still in denial, okay? And part of it is that they're blaming you unfairly. That's what I was getting. They could feel like you were trying to control them. Like, for example, if this was inconsistent and you wanted more time and energy, they could have thought you were trying to control them, or that you were asking for too much, which not true. You don't have to, but those daily oracle messages I've been doing, you might find them helpful. So they're still not seeing the truth. Justice, they're still not seeing the truth. They're blaming you unfairly. There's a lot of inner conflict here. Ego. Ego is blocking them right now. What should you focus on? Because they're blocked. What should you focus on right now? Three of Swords, heal. Well, it didn't stay. It didn't stay. Heal. Heal those wounds. Two of Wands, step out of your comfort zone. Make decisions about your future. I'm not saying no, contact them. I'm saying maybe this is outside of your comfort zone. Maybe healing is outside of your comfort zone. Start envisioning what you want for the future. Start looking at the patterns that have kept you stuck from moving forward. And again, you can find information about these things. There's lots of YouTube videos. You don't have to watch mine. But you might benefit from them. The Chariot. Keep working on moving forward. Let go of that, like, emotional baggage, right? It's not your fault. Childhood wounding. Destination self. See? Take action towards yourself. Start loving yourself. Moving into alignment. Death. Embrace the transformation. Embrace the ending. Transformation. Death's shadows can be repeating negative emotional patterns. One more advice for you. So if there's change that you've been resisting anywhere in your life, embrace it. It says, yes, but I'm scared. Change is uncomfortable. But it's a sign of growth. Five of Pentacles. In my playlist, in Exploring Sacred Wounding, I read from somebody's book where it talks about abandonment, attachment, codependency wounds. It might help you understand your patterns and this person's patterns. Very clear message on here for you. Your advice, do not reply. Sometimes it's not the chaser that comes around and around and around. It's the runner. The runner comes back and leaves, back and leaves, back and leaves. And we have the Hermit. So it's time to go within. Do some soul searching. Withdraw. Do not reply. Do not disturb. Transformation in progress. Again, this Five of Swords energy is how we self-sabotage ourselves from those unhealed wounds. All right, I'm going to stop now because I had no idea that reading was going to turn into that. And if I've triggered you or you feel triggered, when we're feeling activated like that, it's not actually about what the person is saying. It's about what wound am I poking at? Like there's something that I'm hitting in you. Just like when people make comments to me and I get triggered. They're poking a wound within me. So, my friend, whoever you are, I'm proud of you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I'm sending this pile love, extra love, because this journey is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the faint of heart, but the destination, inner union, is a beautiful place to be. So, I love you too, Top Collective. I'm gonna go. May 27th could be symbolic. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.